Welcome in, JDs and Little Men. Today's going to be a little bit of a different kind of video. Please like and fucking send this to 100 million people. Otherwise, you stink, kind of like poop from a butt. But today, we're going to be going over the Rehab series. What? Now, I know what you're thinking. Hey, Tony, Goblin did this a while ago. You're fucking lacking. Yeah, Goblin did this a bit ago. But fuck you. This is mine. This is mine. Yeah, everybody fucking put your shoes and socks on in that order. Fucking zip up your zipper and let's get ready for some fucking fun stories. Also, Raid Shadow Legends, if you're watching this, sponsor me. I need that bag. I'm broke as fuck. And, you know, I've definitely played Raid Shadow Legends at least once in my life because of an ad. Anyways, hopping straight into this. I was probably around 14 or 15. Yeah, I had to be 14 because it was 2019, and I was just a little fucking goblin, bro. I swear to God, anything that I could find to put in my body, substance wise, not wiener wise, I would. Like, yeah, I swear to God. And my parents were really well. My mom specifically didn't want me to smoke weed, so she was like chronically addicted to giving me UAs. Like, I swear to God, she'd wake up in the morning and be like, "God, I can't wait to UA my son for marijuana." And she, since I couldn't smoke weed, I was like, "Fuck it, bro. I want to get high." And which is crazy that they call weed the gateway drug. All right, if motherfuckers had just let me smoke my weed, wouldn't have gotten on anything else. And then my mom was like, "Oh, he's smoking weed. Let's get him an Adderall script to help him stop smoking weed. That'll help." Which did not. Just got me hooked on Adderall. But that's another story. Well, does kind of time. That's for part two. Um, but so my cousin Nathan tells me about this beautiful magical thing that you can do with gasoline, where you can just inhale that shit and it makes you hallucinate. And my cousin was like, "Yo, this is the greatest thing ever, and it's not bad for you." Spoiler alert: super bad for you. Um, so I was just like on that gas, tripping away. By the way, I had open case for distribution, and so I was going through this thing called Adapt, which is kind of like drug core. We're basically it's like being on probation, but without the state putting the state mandated that I had to go to Adapt, but they didn't put me on probation. I don't know, it was fucking weird. Um, but I'd go in there. This Mexican dude Armando would take my pee every time. He was chill. And then I got caught at the house huffing some gas, minding my fucking own business, living my best life when my dad pulled up on his motorcycle. And in my brain, in my brain, I make the cleanest getaway, the cleanest fucking getaway. And in reality, I go and I get in my room and lay down in my bed. And in my dad's perspective, I stepped in a thing of oil. And my dad was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And then I tried to run and got stabbed in the stomach by a dab press because it had like sharp legs that came off of it so you could stick it in the ground. Um, and so then my dad was like, "I'm calling you fucking adapt counselor." And I was like, "No, come on. I'm just a girl, bro. You can't do this to me. I'm just a cute little petite Chinese girl, all right?" My dad was like, "Fuck you. I'm calling you adapt counselor." And my adapt counselor was like, "Bing bong, you're going to rehab." And I was like, "Damn." And then nothing happened for like well over a month. So I was under the impression that it didn't matter. Like they weren't mad at me. And that it wasn't it wasn't going to actually happen because, mind you, I'm a stupid 14-year-old. And my mom was like, oh damn, I might have been 13 actually because it's 2026 and this was in 2019. Um, but so I'm like, this ain't actually gonna happen. My mom and dad wake me up bright and early one morning. They're like, "Hey, listen, we're gonna go to breakfast. We're gonna have a nice little family breakfast." And I was like, "Gang, they're not mad at me anymore. Fire." We go in, we have this breakfast, and oh my god, was it fucking fantastic. I munched that shit, bro. I ate that shit like some if you will, bro. Tossed that pancake in the air and swallowed it in one go like I'm fucking Kirby. And I get in the car afterwards. My sister's in the car, And there was a vape on the ground, and I didn't hit it because I was like, man, maybe I should turn over a new leaf and I should just give this to my mom. And I hand it to my mom. My mom's like, oh, good job. You didn't even hit it. I'm like, bro, I got this shit in the bag. I'm kissing ass right now so that I don't get in any more trouble. And then my sister looks at me and goes, you know you're going to rehab, right? And then she just fucking leaves. Like, gets out of the car and just leaves. And so I'm sitting there like, ain't no way that they would literally give me that shit. No, literally. And I'm sitting there like, I need that vape. Fuck, I wish I didn't hand that shit to my mom now. And, um, damn, cats are yelling at each other. Um, but, so then, my mom and dad get in the car and we just start driving. And by the way, this rehab was not a rehab. It was straight up just a house in the middle of town. Worst fucking place I've ever been. Swear to God, I will get this bitch shut down eventually. Um, we're driving past, and my dad just like, no, we need to stop at the park first so I can say goodbye. I'm thinking they're about to old yeller my ass. I'm like, y'all are gonna take me out because they're pulling up to this park. I'm like, I'm definitely about to get shot right now. They're about to just pop me in the back of the head. That'll be that. And my dad starts crying. My dad never fucking cries, so I'm like, huh? Okay, well, I'm fucked. My sister was not trolling, and then they take me to this facility. Yeah, I guess you could maybe call it that. It literally was just a house, and we pull up, and right after I get there, I realize how fucking easy it would have been to sneak drugs in there because they did not even have me take my pockets out. They did not have me like fucking. They didn't go through any of my stuff. They like lightly patted where my pockets were, and that was that. And we'll get into that later because somebody actually did manage to sneak a whole lot of drugs into the rehab because funny moment. Um, but so then they're having me do all this intake stuff. And I'm like, guys, it's not too late. You can take me out of here. Come on. Yeah, you guys can let me go. And they're like, no, we're standing on this. And I'm like, fuck me. All right. Well, I guess I'm cooked. And they just left my ass after that. They didn't go up and do all the extra paperwork for me, which, by the way, this place cost almost $200 a fucking day to have me in there. I don't know where the fuck my parents were pulling that money out because they never had money to like fucking feed my ass half the time. But goddamn it, if I'm smoking weed, they're gonna pull that money out. And they like also forced my parents to get me on food stamps, and then they never used the food stamps a single time after they got them. I don't fucking know. But so my parents leave. I come downstairs from doing paperwork. This kid gets his head slammed through a fucking wall. These two boys are just fist fighting. They're duking it out, Dukes of Hazzard style. Their names aren't really important because this was the last time I seen these two fuckers because they both got kicked out. But basically, we're not supposed to interact with the women at all because women have cooties and they don't want us to get cooties. So they would like segregate us. Like they were like, spreading the fucking sea right now. The Red Sea has been split. The males on one side and the females on the other. And we are not allowed to even like ask the other one for a fucking pencil. Otherwise you get in trouble and you would get level dropped. Because like they were treating us like fucking Pokemon, bro. They were like, holy shit, you're at level 2? Like the first week you get there, you're level 0, you're nothing. You're nobody. You're just a little bitch boy. And then after a week, you can move up to level 1, which is like you exist. You still can't like use an MP3 player or do anything, but like now the staff isn't treating you near as fucking much like you're tweaking. And then after 2 weeks, you can go to level, or well, technically it'll be your 4th week in there. You can go to level 2. And then after another 3 weeks from level 2, you can go to level 3. Or no, it's 4 weeks from level 2, you can go to level 3. And then another full fucking month and a half after that, you can go to level 4. And then you have to wait another month after that to graduate. When most adult rehabs, and rehabs in general, are 28 days. This one came out to about 6 months normally. And you could get level dropped for anything and everything. They wrote down every single thing you did from the moment you woke up till you went to bed. It was called P notes, and then they'd read it out in front of everyone. And god damn, it was embarrassing. It's like fucking Tony went and took a shit for 45 minutes straight, and that shit stunk. And like then they'd go and read that out in front of the boys and the girls. That was the only time that we were allowed to be around each other, was when they were reading this. And it was not poggers. It was not, and there was some baddies in there. Like I was younger, and I was like, damn, bro. Ah ha ha. Okay. Um. And ah, it sucked. It sucked, especially because there was no internet, nothing. You're just kind of there with a bunch of dudes. Uh, but anyways, it very, very quickly turns into fucking hell. I mean, it already sounds like hell. There's no TV, there's no phone, there's no nothing. It's just you. And I think, yeah, I had one roommate. There was only one other kid when I got done with my intaking process. Um, we'll call him Glenn. And that man was just kind of weird. He was just super duper very energetic all the time, which I mean, understandable, all right, ADHD and all that jazz. But his ass like took it to another level, which we'll get into a little bit later why he was like that. But um, he like he only wore I can't remember what the kind of shirt it is, but it has like a bowl on it, and like it's literally just one bowl is like their whole fucking the whole goddamn shtick. And he very very Christian, and also his shoes needed to be cleaned 150 times a day, all day, every day, at any time. His shoes needed to be scrubbed with a sponge and some soapy water. And that motherfucker, he just, some of the stuff that he'd say, like he really loved to talk about beheading or like shit like that, where I'm like, huh. Which, I mean, whatever. I ain't gonna tell on him. I ain't a snitch. So, like, I just, oh, okay, whatever. Especially because this is my roommate, so I definitely do not want to get beheaded in my sleep. And I don't know. He was just kind of out there. And then after a little bit, I think it was like 2 or 3 days later, we got another boy. His name was JoJo, and he was fucking. I love JoJo. He was rad. He was definitely my boy. And like the day after he got there, JoJo woke up to Glenn just like standing over him while he was asleep. How the room was situated, like you walk in, on your right immediately after you walk in, there's one bed. And then up against the other corner of the room, there's like a bunk bed. And I was on the top bunk, JoJo was on bottom, and Glenn was on the bed right when you walk in. And I I don't know. I guess JoJo woke up and he was standing over him watching him fucking sleep. So JoJo pretty much threw a fucking fan at his face. And also the worst part about that place was like the staff had to check on you every 10, 15 minutes to make sure that you were still in your fucking bed. Which, okay, I mean, they want to make sure that we don't run away, but sleep is important and they have to see your face. And so they come in with a flashlight and they're like, right in your fucking eyes with a flashlight. Sucked balls. And they were never very polite about it. Like, they were low-key trying to wake your ass up with it, it felt like. Fuck them. Fuck the staff. Fuck Deer Creek. But then me and JoJo got really close. JoJo basically was like, hey, no matter what, we're going to make it through this, man. We're going to make it through this together, and it'll be rad. And I was like, oh, fuck yeah. And then one day... This is when shit started to hit the fan, realistically. Like, I'm talking a giant fucking full-size industrial fan, and here's the poop. It hit the fan. I'm on the phone with my parents, which we got to talk to. We got one, I think it was a 10-minute phone call once a week. And it was during COVID, so, like, we weren't allowed to visit our family at all. So we literally, this 10-minute phone call was like, whoa. Like, that was everything. And I'm on the phone with my parents, and fucking an arresting PO calls, and she was calling for Glenn. And me and JoJo, like, we heard the name and knew something was up, and then they roomed up JoJo and Glenn. Like they had them both go to the room, which never fucking happens. Will they like normally? Will they just randomly be like, no, 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 you got to go to your room for no fucking reason? And so we went to the room, or they went to the room. I was on the phone with my mom, and two cops walk in, and they're like, well, I guess actually I should go to the beginning of this day. Um, why this had happened. Sorry guys, I'm a little stoned. Um, Glenn wakes up that day and he's just, bro is on top of it. He's super duper energetic, fucking like having a good day. We go outside to play hacky sack and he like punts that fucking hacky sack, bro. He's feeling himself. He's absolutely fucking swagging right now. And the staff noticed that he's kind of swagging a little too hard. His eyes are going in different directions. And so they're like, hey, no, we need to go inside. We go inside, and I walk up to him, and I'm like, yo, Glenn, what the fuck is going on, twin? Like, I've never seen you like this. Apparently, bro took 100, it was one of the, like, big bottle of Ritalin, and he shoved that whole thing up his ass, boop, and snuck it into rehab, which, honestly, motherfucker, you could have just threw it in your pocket, maybe in your waistband if you really wanted to be secure. You did not need to do all that extra. But so yeah, he sticks that in his booty, fucking full big, and I'm talking one of the tall ones. He told me, like one of those big bottles, because he couldn't go to rehab without having a little bit of Ritalin with him, which also weakest fucking amphetamine to take. Like that's a 1 salt. You could have been taking like anything above that. I don't know. I think it actually might be a 2 salt. But anyways, so then I'm on the phone with my mom when the arresting PO calls, and the cops end up coming in and they ask Glenn to come out, and he like, dude, he's like jumping at the fucking cops, trying to fight them. He spits in one of their faces. I'm just laughing my fucking ass off. This 10-minute phone call with my mom got to be like a 30-minute call, which was so rad, bro. But like, the cops handcuff him and he has his hands behind his back and they're literally just like holding the brace between the two cuffs and he's jumping away and they're like literally just like holding their hand in place and he's yanking out and then being pulled back by his own arms because they can't stretch to that angle. It was super fucking goofy. And then yeah, he went bye-bye. I have not talked to him since then. There's another crazy thing he did though. The P notes, like I said earlier, where they read out everything that we fucking talked about, or everything that happened basically from the moment you wake up till you go to bed. He, I'm guessing bro is just fucking tweaking. They're reading out P notes, and he did not agree with P notes. So then he stands up to like one of the managers, like one of the big boss people, and is like, fuck you, Patty! I'll stab you in your fucking throat, you fat whore! And picks up a pair of scissors. And then just like runs away, kind of. And I think that also probably had something to do with him getting just straight up arrested. Because normally they'd like, I feel like at least at a drug treatment facility, they wouldn't just kick you out. They'd try and figure out a way to help you still, but they booted his ass and he went to jail. We did not see him again. And I was in there for like 4 more months after this, and there was a couple people that left and came back. But that's a story for another day. Everybody, I hope that you enjoyed this video. Please send this to like 150 people. Send this to some strippers. That'd be pretty chill. I definitely would not be pissed about that. And I will see you guys in the next one. Everybody, please have a great day. Drink a lot of water. Don't pee your pants. And don't pee in someone else's. Bye, guys.